Guys, welcome back to the channel. Guns, ammo, and drones here. Today we've got the IWI Masada 9mm pistol. I was very excited when I first watched this video on YouTube. It could have been Such, could have been somebody else, but I was very excited. This gun had a lot of really nice features that I wanted in another 9mm. And I didn't want to go with one of the standard, the Glocks, the Smith & Wessons, and things like that. Now, IWI has been in business for quite a long time. You guys might know the Uzi, or heard of it anyway. You might have heard of the Galil. I mean, they're iconic weapons. And this one here is just one of their latest pistols as far as striker fired polymer. Let's go ahead and start at the bottom here where the magazine is. As you can see, this is a 17 round steel magazine. Very well made. I'm not exactly sure who makes it. It kind of reminds, it does say made in Italy, so this could be a Mekgar. I'm not 100% sure, but just know that this magazine is really nice. And it does come with 2 of these. And it's got this little strange area right here that fits in right with the design of the grip here. Let's put this off to the side. When we get up here to these grip panels, now it does come with 3 interchangeable back straps, and they are actually in here. I think I have the medium on right now, but they do come with large and small. And like I said, it does come with another magazine. The frame itself is fiber reinforced polymer, so it's going to be really strong, and it's supposed to, because this is actually an Israeli military weapon, and that's what these are designed for harsh environments, in the Israeli military. Now we'll move up a little bit more. We've got a nice size magazine release, which you'll see that it is ambidextrous. Actually, the controls on this are ambidextrous other than the takedown lever. So you've got your slide stop and slide release on both sides, and your magazine release. It does have a trigger safety in here, as well as all the standard internal trigger, or the standard internal safeties, as far as your firing pin and all the other safeties that are common with these types of firearms, these striker fired polymers. As you can see, this thing is optics ready, and it did come with a bag here. As you can see right here, it's got a bunch of now there's the top part that actually came on the gun, so that's, if you don't want to use an optic with it, you've got that cover there. But then you've got these other ones in here. It works great for the Delta Point. It works good for this cheaper green dot that I really wanted. I love green as far as lasers, as far as dots, and you don't really find too many green dots. And this one here actually works out pretty well. It does fit this one. Now this is just a cheap ADE, and I think you can get these on Amazon for like 40 or 50 bucks. Now it says it's designed in the US and Oregon. Designed and made in are 2 different things, people, just so you know. Just because it has a flag on it doesn't really mean a whole lot. This was still made in China. So luckily though, it is a nice sight. Let me make sure it turned it off. Yep. All right, so as you can see, it does have oversized slide stop and slide release. We'll take it apart here in a minute. You do have your full Picatinny rail for your lights, your lasers, which I happen to have one of these little O lights here, and mounts right on. Okay, and it'll accept any size light. I've got a couple other bigger ones, bigger O lights and stream lights and things. It does have your forward and your rear. They're fairly aggressive. They're not horrible, but if you guys are the types of guys that like to do press checks, it does allow you to get in there and do that with relative ease. And you can see the back of the gun is very Smith & Wesson-ish, in a sense. Now, the other thing about this gun, and anytime you see one of these right there, and sometimes you'll see the serial number right there, this thing here has a modular serialized trigger system in it. So basically, when we take it apart, you can pull out the modular system and slap it into another frame if you so want to do that. SIGs are like that. There's a few other guns. I think my Walther Creed is like that. And there's a bunch of them that do that now. And that's cool. You know, if that's something you want to do, I'm not really sure why you'd want to, other than maybe to change out the color of the frame if you wanted a different color. I don't really know. The sights are adjustable. They are dovetail, so you can put on your own sights if you want, night sights, whatever you feel like doing. And these are metal, so the gun does come with metal sights. And externally, that is really about it, guys. As you can see down here, the stippling or the texture wraps all the way around. Okay, so you definitely get a really good feel, a really good hold of the gun. And the gun looks great even without the optics on it. It's one of the few guns that I've got that has an optics ready slide. So I threw it on there. I thought it looked really good. I actually haven't taken it off since the day I got it. And it seems to be working out really well. At some point I might put a different one on, but I really like the green, so it goes really well with this particular pistol. Let's go ahead and pull the pistol apart. It is clear, by the way, and it takes down the same way that a lot of other pistols do, Smith & Wesson, and the Walthers. Okay, you just slide that down, lock it back, slide that down, and pull the trigger. Now you do have to pull the trigger with this one. Okay. Internally, it's a little bit different than some of the other guns that I've owned and see, but generally it's all about the same. Very, very SIG-like. If any of you have the M17, excuse me, you basically just pull this pin out, you rotate it a few times, this pin comes all the way out, and this portion, which is actually the pistol, not this bottom part, but all the internals here, this metal, that is what is considered the pistol. So this is the serialized portion of the gun. You take this out, change out the frame if you needed to, if it got broke for whatever reason, even though this is really strong, if it got broke, shot, for whatever reason, and just change it out. And then you've got the internals here, which are very reminiscent of just about every other striker fired pistola out there. Takes apart the same way. Your flat captured recoil spring and your 4.1 inch barrel. All right. And I'm not really sure why that says 17 on it. I just noticed that for the first time. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, so that is that. To put it back, just like any other striker fired, you basically just slide it back and you lock it, flick that up, head it home, and you're good to go. All right. It's a very, very nice gun. Low bore axis. I really like that in my pistols. Another video that I did, I bought an M17, the SIG, and like the Walther Creed or the M17 and some of the other pistols I've got, they have high bore axis. I'm not really the biggest fan of a high bore axis pistol, but it is what it is. They are fantastic guns, but I do like this one because it is a fairly low bore axis. This one here is probably almost the same as a Smith & Wesson. Now, I'm going to bring out, this is my Glock 22, just to kind of show you the size comparison. You can see that they're virtually the same as far as the slide length. And you'll notice here that the Glock is just a little bit shorter, but if I put the magazine in the Glock, you probably would understand that it's probably about the same size. It is a big full-size pistol, and like I said, this is the Glock 22, a 40 caliber, and this one here is also a very big full-size pistol. But surprisingly, considering these are about the same size, if you are comfortable holding this, you're really going to like this, because this one actually feels like a much thinner grip, even though they're very similar in size. I have a feeling that if I measured it, you can tell right there that the Masada has a much thinner grip width than the Glock. So if you're comfortable with Glocks, you would probably really like this Masada. It's a very, very well-made pistol. It is military pistol. From what I understand, Israeli military, not all of them, but most of them use this particular handgun, or they are starting to anyway. I don't know the exact usage amount, but that's nor here nor there. It's a really nice pistol. The ergonomics are great, and it's priced decent. I think you can probably, well, actually, when I got this one, it was, I believe, $3.99. I don't think you can find them for that now. Maybe a used one, but I haven't seen too many used ones. Anyway, I'll do a shooting review once the COVID pandemic craziness has been lifted throughout the country. I'll get to the range and we'll do some shooting videos on this. And other than that, guys, this is a really, really nice pistol. It's a very comfortable pistol. It's optics ready. It's well made with a lot of fantastic parts inside. And as you can see, I also wanted to mention the higher front sight to accommodate for the optic. Now, it's not perfect, okay? You're not really going to be able to use this with this particular optic. I think the Venom might be a little bit lower, which you should be able to use with that. I did have a Venom on it before, and I think it did work. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you want a great pistol for around $400, just wait a little while, go on Gunbroker and try to snag one of these up. It comes in this cardboard box here, and it's a really good value, and I think you guys would really like it. Thanks a lot for supporting the channel, and if you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe. We're up to 1,050, I think, and for me, that's amazing. I had no idea that I would even have that many. But it's exciting to know that these videos are at least helping you guys out to a point. Thanks for all the comments, and if you guys have any pistols that you want me to do a review on, and if it's something that I think I would like to keep and shoot on a regular basis, please feel free to send me a message. And I do appreciate all the comments. I'll leave them all up, and whether they're good or bad, and if they're really bad, I'll take them down. How's that? Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.